What's up, family and friends? Good afternoon and welcome to this live broadcast. How are you doing? Hope you're doing great. You ought to be doing great because you are life. You are spirit. You are eternal. You are unchangeable. You are indestructible. You have the power to change things, yet you remain unchangeable. You need to know who you are. When you know who you are, you will not fear all those imaginary beings they call God, Satan, Jesus, demons, all that shit. Bullshit they force on us, telling us to depend on it. So I welcome you to this live broadcast also. As usual, we feel free to share knowledge without fear, without favor, without faint. And I want to share with us what concerns all of us, which I titled Our Real Enemies. Our Real Enemies. Our real enemies are no longer the missionaries. Originally, our enemies were the invaders. Then the invaders recruited missionaries who became our also. Our invaders enslaved us with chains. The missionaries enslaved us with faith and beliefs. Then the missionaries pass it down to the ones we call men of God, our brethren who are pastors, our brethren who are imams, our brethren who are dibias. Let me use that, dibias. When I'm talking about dibias, I'm talking about the fake dibias that cannot do anything but run their mouth when their people are suffering. Everything is going, but they say they have power. But when Dibia simply means doctor, I'm not talking about those who are bragging they have power. The real Dibias are the ones who heal the sick, who help people, who like the herbalists, or they're doctors, just like medical doctors. The real Dibias are like the medical doctors, not all this one that are saying they have power to kill somebody or power to make somebody become useless in life. They are useless, just like the whatever God they are worshiping. Our real enemies are those we call ministers of God, ministers of Christ. They are our real enemies because they are used to mislead us. They are used to teach us to call or kneel down before a God we have not seen or can see. They are making us to kneel down before the dead white man on the cross they call Jesus. Or the white man they call Jesus in Quran, but they believe he did not die for their sins, which is part of the confusion. That's why they are our enemies. They are teaching us away from us. They are drawing us away from us to imaginary beings. And they tell you if you don't do as they say, God's punishment, God's wrath, God's curse, bad thing will happen to you. And they did this through our parents. They taught our parents that our parents want us to become part of that religion they accepted. And our parents, because they were ignorant how that religion was forced on their ancestors, then they think that is the way of life and you must live that way. So our parents who are Christians vow that their children must be Christians. Our parents who are Muslims vow that that their children must be Muslim. And any of their child that try to go the other way, what do? They begin to curse them. They begin to tell them they will perish. This will happen to them. And some of us, because we are chicken-hearted, like we don't fully know what we claim to know as awakened, then we begin to chickens. Oh, maybe they are right. You know, nah, they are not. If they are right, remember how you have been suffering in that your family. If they are right, if they worship the living God that can do anything, some of us that are living in abroad will be living in abroad. I don't mean those people they took by force as slaves. I mean people like myself. We fill the application, we apply to travel abroad, we get the visa. So we do not come to abroad in chains. We come with passport, visa, and the air ticket. Through water. So that's how we end up in abroad. Not that somebody forced us, but we are also indirectly forced. We left for abroad because of the bad condition in our land. If our land is good, we won't be trooping to Europe, we won't be trooping to America, we won't be trooping to Asia. We will stay in our land, and everybody, will live as our ancestors lived, enjoying their life in their land, in need of any external help, just living their life and living it well, in peace and in quietness. Secure life, that's what we need. So the ministers are the real enemies in our land. Every Sunday, our people still go to them. They still telling them, they go to that book of lies called the Bible and telling them the lies. I know that Muslims go every Friday, but I don't know, like, is it to pray Friday or do they teach them the Quran? I don't know how they do that, but it's something the imams or whatever they call the people that teach them the Quran or preach to them from Quran, they also do the same thing, teaching them that bullshit. On Saturdays, those of them that say they are Jews now, they go to synagogue, the rabbi, or whatever they call them, also teach them Torah. In other words, making all of us to live according to the mindset of the Jews, or the people you call the children of Abraham, which has nothing to do with us. Anything that is teaching you away from yourself, anything that is detaching you from yourself, that is evil. That is your enemy. Anyone who is teaching you away from yourself is your enemy. So that's why the ministers are our enemies. They are not just our enemies, they even make you to pay for it. Just as when some enemies besiege, surrender their land and maybe defeated it, then they say you must be paying so amount, and you'll be paying it. If you don't pay it, they will strike. It's okay for peace to reign, you'll be paying it. That's exactly what those ministers are to us. They're making us to even pay for them being our enemies, teaching us contrary to ourselves, teaching us away from ourselves, making us believe in God we have not seen or can see, making us accept that God as the true way. They say, oh, give your life to Jesus, give your problem to Jesus, he will solve all your problem, which is a lie. But they make you believe that lie. They preach it, they sweat, they run around. 100% human to live great life. But these people came in and keep telling us the lies. And they started by killing the things we really are, the things that we really need, man and the woman. They emasculated the man. They tell you that God is a man. At the same time, that God is a spirit you cannot see. But God is a man you can see. God is a spirit. I mean, man is a spirit you can see. But they teach you, no, the God is a man. You say, no, they didn't say God is a man. Ask them who is their God. They say he. They use he for their man. He, his, him. To show, if you look the definition of God also, in some dictionary, we tell you it's a male figure. How about the female figure? Because they taught you a way that a God without a goddess gave you life. And you believe that nonsense. When you have your parents, your father and mother, both of them gave you life. Without your mother, your father will not give you life. Without your father, your mother will not give you life. It was your father and your mother who gave you life. No God can give you life without goddess. No man can create anything without life in it without a woman. You need that man and the woman to come together and procreate. That is the natural order. It's not a spiritual thing. It's not a religious thing. It's a natural order which you yourself can prove. So they emasculated us. They make us take our strength and give it to one imaginary being, the strength we're supposed to use as men. So they emasculated men first. They make men now depending on imaginary being. Instead of men rising up and doing what they're supposed to do, they say they are waiting upon the Lord. They are waiting for the Lord to reveal something to them, for the Lord to do something for them, when they're supposed to be the one rising up and doing their thing without boldness. I mean, without fear, but with all boldness. Because from the beginning, they show you that God is jealous of man. And you know that when they're talking about God, without goddess, they're talking about racism. And the race they emasculated is the black race. The black race is powerful. The race that gave the world science, gave the world mathematics, medicine, cosmetics, husbandry, everything that makes life worth living, everything that you need for quality living. The black race gave it to the whole world. There is no one race. You have many races in the world, not one race. We are not one human race. It's a lie. I used to believe that nonsense. We are all one human race. Not. If we are all one human race, they wouldn't be treating the black people the way they are treating us. We are the original race, and we are the greatest. We are great. That's why they came and invaded, and they passed the baton to the demons or the enemies. Today we call ministers of God or ministers of the gospel, or we call the preachers Mohammedans, the people that preach Islam and all that. So they make a whole man now depending on imaginary God you have not seen. Say Jehovah, Allah, Yahweh. You know, you depend on why you are the one that have the power. That Allah is useless without people. That Jehovah is useless without people. That Yahweh is useless without people. And our men, black men, fought against it, and black men still fighting against it. But they keep killing us. Yeah, they killed them, they humiliated them, they raped them, they fucked them in their ass in the presence of others to humiliate them, to make them shut up. No man wants to see a dick in his ass. No man. But the real man will fight to death. Instead of you sticking your dick in his ass, in his anus, he will rather die. That's how it is. Just as a real man will rather die than to be slave. You know? And that's how we would have ended slavery. If all our men stood, the sellout, there was no sellout among us. Of course, we would have ended slavery. White man cannot end slavery. How can you people that started slavery think they will end it? No, they rename it. Called colonization. And they colonize us. Till today, we are still under it. You are celebrating independence under it, but not freedom. Then the second thing they did, they killed the woman. They killed women. Religion killed women. They emasculated the man and they killed women. That's why they say God is a he, there is no she. God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Ghost, all of them he. How about God the Mother? How about God the Daughter? They don't have it. And we believe that. The reason why we believe that is because we were forced to believe that. Not because it makes any sense or it was good. No. It doesn't make any sense and it's not good for us. Which I've already explained. Because a man alone cannot make anything that have life in it. And the woman alone cannot make anything that has life in it. God alone cannot make anything that is with life in it. So they killed women. They say women is the problem because they find out women are powerful. That no matter how strong a man is, a woman will still control that man. It's a natural order. It is called influence, power of influence. Women have that power, but many women are ignorant of that power. Some of them are using it wrongly. Instead of them using their power of influence, they are fighting against each other. I cannot share my man with another woman. I cannot. Nonsense. Because you don't know who you are. If you know who you are, you can share your man with anything, he remain your man. You can share your man with 100 women, he remain your man. Your man will always be there for you. It's a must. It's a natural thing. So they use the ministers, our enemies, our real enemies, the ministers, they use them to make even women see themselves as nothing. Without God, without Jesus. Women believe they came from the man's rib. Why they are the ones in whose womb, which is the real heaven. In the beginning was the womb. In the beginning of every man was the womb. You were formed in the womb of your mother by the body of your mother, not by any God. Not by any God. In your mother's womb. But they removed the womb. They tell you in the beginning was the word. And the word he, they put he. He said that word was God. And that word created all things. Which is a lie. You know words cannot create anything. Words can only blah, 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 blah. But to make things happen, man and woman have to go to work. Your mother and your father has sense to have you. He said, will you share your woman with another man? Of course. You can ask her. Of course, if I cannot perform, another man can perform. You see, religion and the spirituality really mess us up. Number one, you are talking about nature. You know, I used to say that some people have that culture where a woman can have multiple husbands. It's according to their culture. All this nonsense we call marriage is according to people's culture. If there is need for a woman to have multiple men, okay, she can have it so long it's not something they are doing against anyone. Who gave you the one man, one woman nonsense? It's the white man. White man. But where we came from is one man and multiple. It's natural. Even the animals she teaches, so animals. You always see multiple women with one male because one man can impregnate those women. Can multiple husbands impregnate one woman at the same time? No. One man. It is a natural order. It is not competition. No, it is not competition. It's not even comparison. But I've been saying that if I cannot perform, if I deny my wife sex, of course she can go get it from another man. But if I'm performing, no problem. Remember, it is your body. You say you want to compete with men. If a man have multiple wives, you can have multiple men. Okay, go and have it. It's your body. Don't you see how your body changes as a woman? Your body is not like our body. It's natural. And that doesn't make you lesser than us or we greater than you. No. It's a natural order. It's a natural thing. But the ministers, the enemies, they use them to teach us all this nonsense. And we see ourselves fighting among ourselves. Why we supposed to be living as people? We are part of the universe. We're supposed to live as human we are. We have that nature we call human nature. So why can't we use it? But we are saying, okay, they said to us, there is another being that is higher than us that can do it. Where is that being? There's no being higher than us. We are still the one that is calling the shots. We are still the one that is judging one another. We are still the one that is killing one another. We are still the one that doing things. Not any God coming to do it. Not any God solving our problem. Watch those people that are waiting for God to solve their problem. See how miserable their life is. But people that solve their own problems, see how good, how nice, how wonderful their life is. They invent things for quality living. They come up with great new ideas for quality living. And they bring it into fruition. But people that are living with all this nonsense that people made up, that's how you see everything messed up in the whole world. Understand who our real enemies are. Devil is not, white people is no longer, they are no longer our real enemies. Our real enemies now are the ministers, those that say they are ministers of God. Which God are you talking about? The God that killed women? The God that in his kingdom there's no woman unless as trophy? They said in the Muslim paradise, you will get one man will get 72 virgin. Jesus said in his own kingdom, if you leave your wife for him, he will give you 100-fold. There's no woman mentioned in their heavens, unless for trophies, for sexual satisfaction. That's it. But women are more than that. Women are our mothers. Women are our creators also. They are part of it. Without their womb, we won't be here. In the beginning was the womb, not the word. The womb. Your father injected the sperm into your mother and you begin to be formed in there, not in heaven. From in this earth, that's where you were created, not in heaven. So God did not send you, God did not make you in any way, shape, or form. Your own kind made you. Your father and mother made you. That's why you are here. But religion emasculated your father, telling your father now there is a God higher than him, and your father is bowing to that God he has not seen or can see. And religion destroy your mother, that's woman. Religion killed woman. Why woman is the heaven that we're supposed to enjoy? They tell you, no, woman is the cause of man's fall. No. Woman is blessing to man. Woman is part of man. Woman is one with man. You don't need any God to make you one with any man. Naturally, we are. Male and female, woman and man, we are all one already. But religion came to divide us, to delude us, to destroy us. How long will you allow religion to be destroying you? Even spirituality. It is time you think for yourself and stop thinking. You are better than whatever they taught you. Outside the Bible, Christians don't know anything about God. They worship. Outside the Quran, Muslims don't know anything about the Allah they worship. Outside Torah, Jews know nothing about the God they worship. So they are worshiping book. They are worshiping idol. It's called book, holy book. But we are here to open the eyes of one another for us to know the truth. Always look at yourself. You are the body of evidence, the body of proof of truth. When you're talking about the truth, you are the truth. You are looking for the way, you are the way. You are looking for the life, you are the life. Not any other being somewhere else. So it is time for you to think and come to yourself. Know who your real enemies are. Stop going to all these pastors, all these prophets, all these popes. All of them, they are your real enemies. They are teaching you away from yourself. Anything or anyone that is taking you away from yourself is your worst enemy. It is time you trash them. It is time you put them in the garbage can. And if you have what it takes, burn them. Don't go back to them. Go back to yourself. Come to yourself. Until you come to yourself, your struggle will continue. Your suffering will continue. But when you come to yourself, that's when you begin to live the real you. Think and stop thinking, my people. Trust religion, trust spirituality, embrace humanity, and live natural life. It's not spiritual, natural, and enjoy it. Peace.